Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I just wanted to come and run my mouth and talk about the mess. There's a little glare in these glasses, of course, but girl, I had to take those contacts out. Anyways, we're here. Let's go ahead and get into the mess. So, Ashanti, girl, what is going on with your baby daddies? The people say that rapper, this is according to nypost.com. So rapper Nelly arrested for ecstasy for you and me. Shout out to Danny Kane. They said that the rapper was arrested for a little X possession at Missouri casino. So Nelly was arrested at a local casino on Wednesday morning in the St. Louis area. The Post confirmed with the Missouri State Highway Patrol. The rapper, 49, was taken into custody for possession of 4X pills and for not having car insurance. You're a Nelly driving around like I used to drive around. Nelly, why you ain't got no car insurance? And girl, can I say something? It's no shade. Girl, it's no shade. I know that the boys and girls do what they want to do because the boys and girls can do what they want to do and everybody is grown. But girl, y'all still out here doing eggs. I didn't know the girls were still doing eggs. Girl, I thought that was something the girls was doing back in the, back in the 99 and the 2000s. But I didn't think the girls were still walking around here popping pills like that. I didn't think so. I knew the girls had transitioned from a little bit of marijuana to a little bit of, we're gonna get into that in a little bit. Hey, Marcus Jordan. Hello. I knew the girls had transitioned from a little bit of, well, I ain't gonna say they transitioned, but the girls, they do a little, sugar booger, but girl, I don't know, child. I just stick to my alcohol. Okay, I just stick to my alcohol. Y'all can have everything else. A spokesperson with the Highway Patrol told us that Nelly was arrested inside the Hollywood Casino in St. Charles, Missouri at 4:45 a.m. after an identification verification check was run on the three-time Grammy winner. This is something that is occasionally done in Missouri casinos in accordance with the state's gaming commission regulations. Um, Highway Patrol found an outstanding warrant for lack of insurance from a previous highway stop. Okay, so this is from a previous highway stop. When officers searched Nelly, whose real name is Cornell Haynes Jr., they discovered the pills on him. The spokesperson shared that Highway Patrol was already on site at the casino, again in accordance with the Missouri Gaming Commission's regulations. They explained that several things can trigger the verification check. However, they don't believe it was triggered by any criminal activity on Nelly's part. He was booked at the Maryland Heights Police Department and later released. The Post can confirm that Nelly has not been charged, but he will likely face the music with prosecutors when the police submit the paperwork. It will be up to the prosecutors whether to bring charges against him. Girl. His attorney, Scott Rosenblum, told the Post that Nelly was targeted by an overzealous out of line officer. After winning several jackpots at a venue where Mr. Haynes frequently visits and entertains at his amphitheater, instead of just supervising the transfer of Mr. Haynes' winnings, the officer felt compelled to needlessly run a check for warrants, the lawyer shared in the statement. The officer informed Mr. Haynes, a background check was mandated when a player won over a certain amount. Mr. Haynes knew this to be untrue as he has won several jackpots for similar or greater amounts, including one just a week prior without incident or a background check. He claimed that the officer felt compelled to handcuff Mr. Haynes behind his back and parade him around. Parade him through the casino in front of other patrons, and then conducted a search without parole. Without probable cause, where he claimed to have found alleged ecstasy in Mr. Haynes' personal property. Nelly's attorney went to bat for him, stating it is also important to note that Mr. Haynes, as part of the requirements to travel internationally, is regularly asked to supply proof of no warrants, including FBI checks. There were none. He added, I'm 100% confident This case will go nowhere, and we will be asking for an inquiry into this officer's conduct. Girl, did he have the pills on him? Girl, because girl, you said you can say all that. Let me say something. I'm not siding with the officer, but what I am saying is, girl, if you had a warrant, you had a warrant. If I got pulled, when I had warrants galore for traffic tickets, girl, if I got pulled over, I mean, girl, at the end of the day, I guess you could call it for what it is. I mean, I guess you could say, oh, girl, they, racially profiled him, but it still don't take away from the fact that, girl, you had warrants. Girl, you had a warrant. Did you have the pills on you? That's it. The lawyer did come back, according to the Jasmine brand. The Jasmine brand reported that the lawyer came back and basically said he didn't. Now, when I read that statement, he didn't say anything about him not having. Was it the Jasmine brand? Let me see. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I just told a lie. Nelly's lawyer is clearing up the chatter about his arrest. According to a statement from attorney Rosenblum, the rapper was arrested for no proof of insurance stemming from 2018. However, the warrant was not issued until December 2023, and Nelly had no knowledge of it. So he's still not really denying that he had the pills on him. He's just basically saying that that wasn't why he was arrested. He was arrested due to an old situation that popped up later on down the line. Girl, as far as I'm concerned, Nelly probably had them pills on him. You had a warrant. It is what it is. Girl, go home. Girl, go home. Because I heard Nelly. Girl, let me shut up. Shout out to Ashanti. Baby. Listen, I'm not the one to judge. I'm not. Girl. I am one who believes the girls and boys do what they want to do. I have been around some of everything. So nothing really shocks me. Um, for the most part, I don't care what people do. I live in the real world. People partake in recreational drugs all the time. Um, like I said, girl, my vice is alcohol. Girl, you do what you do. I do what I do. Ain't nobody bothering nobody. Girl, we good to go. As long as you don't pull out no needles and the rubber bands, then I don't care what y'all do. I honestly don't, girl. But I'm gonna be messy just for a little bit. So this is according to the Daily Mail. Marcus Jordan appears to snort white. Hold up. Powder substance while enjoying poolside lunch with girlfriend Ashley Stevenson in south of France. So Marcus Jordan appeared to snort a white powder substance as he enjoyed a poolside lunch alongside girlfriend Ashley Stevenson. The 33-year-old ex of Larsa Pippen has been seen appearing to ingest the mystery powder at a crowded table, using a metal implement to sniff the substance. It is not known what he was ingesting. Now, what do y'all think it was? What do y'all think it was? Do y'all want to know what I think it was? Girl, I ain't got my. One thing I did not know. I didn't know the girls put it on their teeth now. I didn't know that. That's something new to my ears. The girls, when you want to get that little last that last bump, girl, the girls are. Girl, I didn't know the girls do that. I saw somebody do that one time. And I was like, oh, that's new. I was kind of, I was like, oh, no, I don't want to try it. I'm fine, thank you. But girl, oh. Also, They do it on their teeth now. I said, girl, so you get a 2 for 1. Girl, you want to feel it all over your body. You want to feel it all over. Girl, you want that tingling sensation from here on down, baby. Girl, I said, girl, girl, I said, okay, it's not good enough that you did a little, girl, you also want to put it on. I said, this one, girl, you flossing. Okay, well, okay. What do y'all think it was? The son of the NBA GOAT, Michael Jordan, looked focused as he sniffed the powder while his glamorous bikini clad partner smiled and chatted alongside him, and his pals ate lunch across the table. Girl, it was minding their business. Girl, that ain't got nothing to do with him, girl, okay? Girl, I want to be doing the same thing, girl. I don't know what, girl, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I was over here eating my pancakes. I was over here eating my pancakes and my bacon. Girl, drinking a mimosa. Girl, I don't know what. Girl, I don't know what he was doing across the table. Girl, I don't know. Girl, I don't know. I wasn't doing it. That's all I know. Girl, I was over here drinking. I don't know, child. That ain't gonna do me. Marcus cracked a wide smile afterwards, girl, because he was happy. Girl, that bump hit. Girl, once he did that bump, girl, Marcus was happy. Were you guys doing coke in the bathroom? Shut up when I tell you, bitch. When I tell you, Lisa Rinna is a mess. Oh. Girl, I miss Lisa Rinna. I do. Were you guys doing coke in the bathroom? Who asked somebody to shit like that? Girl, somebody should have lunged across the table at least. Because even if it was true, bitch, you ain't got no business saying out loud in front of these cameras, okay? Anyways, child. Shout out to Marcus. I mean, girl, it is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, girl. He was indulging in whatever he was indulging in. It's not like he was out in the middle of the street. If we're going to be honest about it, all jokes aside, girl, what Mark is doing ain't nothing different than what a lot of people do, girl. It is what it is. Um, and he's doing it in the privacy of his own home or vacation home or wherever he's at. It's really nobody's business. Like most of the stuff that we talk about on my page, ain't none of our business. But I mean, girl, the girls zoomed in. Girl, y'all gotta be careful, honey. You got to be a little bit more careful. The girls got these new zoom cameras, and girl, they be up the street, around the corner in a whole nother city, and girl, they be zooming. Girl, they can catch you from 17 and a half miles away. Okay. Girl, you be all the way in Harlem. Girl, they be all the way in Jersey, and they got a camera that's gonna catch everything you doing in Harlem. Girl, y'all got to be careful, honey. The girls is catching y'all doing a little sniff, pass, a little sugar booger, baby. I call it sugar booger. Is it booger sugar? Sugar booger. I was saying it the wrong way the other day. Anyways, let's move on, baby. T.I. arrested at airport, case of mistaken identity. And so rapper T.I. was arrested on Sunday night at Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson Airport, but it was a case of mistaken identity, TMZ has learned. A warrant has been issued for another man named Clifford Harris, the same as T.I.'s real name, who was wanted in Baltimore, Maryland. The suspect is wanted for an alleged involvement in violent behavior toward a woman, stalking, and possibly involving a GUN. I mean, so far I don't sound. Let me shut up. Ti was taken from the airport to Clayton County Jail since the warrant was issued out of state. The arrest triggered an automatic extradition hearing. Ti's attorney, Steve Sato, told TMZ he got on the phone with the Clayton County Sheriff's Office and had Ti released within 2 hours of his arrest. The judge reviewed and dismissed the extradition order. The Clifford Harris, who is wanted, reportedly weighed 205 pounds, and Ti reportedly weighs 165 pounds. The complaint was filed on June 13 this year. A lot of people saying he gonna sue. Can he sue? Can he sue because of that? I don't know. I mean, girl, nowadays a girl sue over everything and anything. I would be pissed though. Can you imagine, girl, being arrested over some stuff that ain't got nothing to do with you? Oh, girl, I would be. When I say I would be livid, girl. First of all, girl, y'all know I do not do jail. So, girl, as soon as they would even put handcuffs on me, girl, I would have passed out. Girl, just passed out. Just passed out, girl. Hyperventilate. I can't breathe. Oh, call my mama. Call my sister. Oh, God, they about to take me to prison. Oh, I'm about to go to prison. Girl, I would have been, girl, the way I would have been queening out and hyperventilating all up in that airport, girl, as soon as they would have told me, girl, I'm going to jail. Jail and prison is the same thing to me, honey. I don't give a damn what nobody got to say. Girl, I would have been, girl, I would have passed out, baby. As soon as I would have saw cops walking up to me, girl, what's going on? Girl, I'm just trying to go to Miami. Girl, I'm just trying to pussy pop with your man in Miami. Material girls, girl, I'm just trying to go to DC. I'm just trying to go to New York. Girl, I'm just trying to go to LA, do a quick one too. Girl, I don't know nothing about no Warrens. Girl, you got the wrong girl. Girl, it is not me. God, wow. I paid up all my tickets. And I damn sure ain't knocking nobody head between a washer and a dryer. Girl, that is not me. I'm not violent. Okay. Anyway, I would have had a fit, baby. I would have passed out. Girl, I would have passed out as soon as them handcuffs, as soon as they would have said, put your hands behind your back, girl. I don't know what's going on. Girl, I would have been freaking out. I would have been freaking out. Oh, girl, just big old body, just on the ground. They would have had to drag me to the to the jailhouse. Mm. Shout out to Ti. Okay. Oh, child, listen to this. Please stop telling black people that they're doing good making 60K. This is what I put in the comments section. I remember reading an article that said 100K is like 36K in NYC. So depending on where you live will determine what dollar amount is enough. Girl, that's all I'm saying, child. For some people, if all you made was $5 all your life, and then you shot up to making 60K, that would probably be a lot to you. If you've made 60K your whole life, and then it's your pay rate shot up, pay rate, your income shot up to 200,000. My whole thing is this: it just really depends on one, where you live. That will determine if people are okay with their income. If you live in some small country town, like I grew up in a very, very small town. Like when the town that I was born and raised in, when I left, I think the population was like 1,500. I think now they've increased to like 2,000 something. But it was not a big town. It was very, like, I grew up in the country, like dirt roads, one traffic light, high school, middle school right beside each other. My graduating class was 79 people. And the thing is, in comparison to the other towns around us, we were the big town. We were like called in town. Like there were other little cities around. And so you would hear people say, oh, I'm going into town. Okay, because that's what a Walmart was. That's what the grocery store was. That's what like the dollar store was. That's what the restaurants would be. So again, depending if you lived, where I grew up at, girl, $60,000, girl, you probably live a life of luxury. Hello, and it would probably be enough. But if you probably lived in New York City, girl, you might be, girl, one step away from being, girl, in a homeless shelter. It just depends. It really, in my honest opinion, just depends on where you live. I remember, I'll say this much. I'll say this also. Without going into too much of the conversation, I've had a conversation about um, whether a certain dollar amount was enough. Just having conversation with friends. And in my opinion, I was like, I could see how people could say that it is, but I could also say for me, if I made that dollar amount, would I say I'm okay? Would I say if that was the only if that was the most money I would make for the rest of my life, would I be okay? Yes. Would I be able to deal with it? Absolutely. Girl, okay. But I can also say that I wouldn't go around saying that I just made all this money either. I remember applying for housing in New York. I wanted to move. They have this housing lottery situation. It's kind of like low income. I think it's called NY Housing Connect or something like that. And if you go to their website right now, you will see that low income for some of those housing, some of those apartments, girl, it's $220,000. $220,000 is still considered low income in New York City to receive decent housing. Y'all get where I'm going with this? So again, depending on where you live, that will determine whether or not whatever dollar amount you think is enough is enough. Because I think most people, if they heard $220,000, $210,000, they would not think low income. But because the cost of living is so expensive in New York City, you making $118,000 is still considered low income and still considered, you're still put in this pot of people that could be making $20,000 because the whole lottery situation is set up to give those who probably can't afford to live in nice places an opportunity to live in a nice place. No one would ever think that someone who makes $220,000 couldn't afford to live in a nice place unless you live in New York City. Y'all see what I'm saying? So I think that's the thing that some people don't take into consideration when they're discussing what is enough money. It just really depends on where you live. It really does. Go to NYC Housing Connect. The girls who know. You'll see things, you'll see apartments sometimes. It'll say you have to make this much to this much in order to qualify or have a chance of living there. It could be $18,000 to $125,000. It could be $60,000 up to $220,000. It could be $100,000 up to $220,000. It could be uh, $10,000 up to $70,000. So each apartment can have a different price range. But when I started seeing that, girl, in order to qualify for this apartment, you can make up to $218,000, and that's still considered basically low income because that's what it is. They call it a lottery, but girl, it's basically low income apartments in my head. When you start telling the girls, "Oh, this is how much you can make, and this is what the city," girl, them no, that's low income, girl. No matter how you slice it and dice it, they don't probably want to call it that, but this is a low income. And somebody who's making $220,000 shouldn't really have an issue finding an apartment, unless again you live in New York City. And it's crazy to even think that, girl, somebody who could be making $20,000 is living in an apartment with somebody who makes $200,000. Anyways, girl, it is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, honey. I live in Texas. Okay. Anyways, I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good day. Bye, y'all.